Well, go on, my people, and welcome back to the channel. Now, this channel is mostly dedicated to the Steam Deck, right? And I don't want you to think that I'm a Steam Deck glazer. I have the Legion Go, the Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, PC, but this is by far my favorite device. But that does not mean that this device is perfect. Today, I'm just going to talk about a few things that I dislike about the Steam Deck, right? First thing is the user interface. For some reason, it just doesn't feel as smooth as something like the Switch 2, or even, I want to say, the PlayStation, the consoles, right? You can definitely tell that it's a PC. Like, it just doesn't feel smooth. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when swiping through the menu or pushing through the menu with the D-pad or even the joystick, it just doesn't feel right. Now, swiping is a whole different case, but I just don't know why they do it like this. Someone was explaining it in the comment section in a previous video, but I just don't get it. Right? Another thing I don't like about the Switch 2. Yo, I love the Switch 2. But another thing I don't like about the Steam Deck is the fact that there are no RGB lights around the joystick. There is no joystick light. Today they released well, not today. Today I updated the Steam software, and in the notes they were saying that they're allowing some sort of change to the RGB lights for the Legion Go S with the Steam software, the Steam OS. And it just dawned on me, why didn't they put some RGB lights on the Steam Deck itself? Now I get it. We don't need to put lights on everything, of course not, but at least give us the option, you know what I mean? When they made the OLED version, they could have just, slapped some RGB lights on it. Maybe not around it like the rest of them. Maybe in these parts that, you know what I mean, that slips into the socket. They could have put some in there. Another thing that I don't like is the battery life. Battery life could be a lot better. You know what I mean? I will have it at, let's say, 80%. I put it down, come back. It's at 60 something. I really don't like it. Granted, it doesn't die on me while I'm playing the game because I play the game for short periods at a time. I'm not one for long sessions of gaming. But yes, that is something else that they could definitely fix. Another thing is this GTA. And I think it also goes for like EA games on this. I don't not no not EA. What's it called? eFootball. Those crash a lot. And I'm assuming that there are other games that crash a lot on this. I don't know what's going on. Now, sometimes Rockstar doesn't allow you to sign into GTA 5. I don't know what's going on with that. Luckily, I'm in right now. I had to, and then see, now it's frozen. So I don't know what's going on with this. I was just playing it just fine just now. I don't know what's going on. But GTA 5 Enhanced is not working very well on the Steam Deck. So let me see if I can restart it now and see if it will come up. But yes, guys, that is something I also don't like, right? Now, another thing that I don't like in comparison to the Switch 2, I know it's a console and the games were made directly for it and these were ported over because the Steam Deck is an afterthought just for you to play your games that you have on the Steam library. But it takes too much tinkering to play the games, guys. This morning I was trying to play Need for Speed Heat, and I was getting, I think, 13 to 17 frames per second. And this is what I'm talking about. It won't allow me to sign in now, and I was just in there. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand what's going on with GTA and the Steam Deck. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what frames per second I'm gonna get for Need for Speed Heat, but I did a little trick today that I saw on another YouTube video, and it worked. It brought the frames per second or the refresh rate up to about, I want to say 40, and that's playable. But before this morning I was getting very, 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 very bad frame rate. You know what I mean? So that's distasteful. And just me talking to you guys, I've lost 4% of the battery already. You know what I mean? What else don't I like about the Steam Deck? I like the weight. I don't want to tell you what I like. This video is about what I don't like. I think the screen could be a bit bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah, the screen could be a bit bigger. Mostly because I'm used to the Legion Go, and the Switch 2 also has a larger screen. So, you know what I mean? That's something that could be bigger. What else? To be honest, guys, I'm really shuffling to find things I don't like. Look. It's saying a couple hundred frames per second in the loading screen. Now it's at 515, 525, 530. That's good. But definitely not gonna get anything like that when the game starts. See? Instant drop down to 60 frames per second, 55 and such. But when the game starts itself, I promise you it's gonna be between 35 to 45. Here and there we'll touch 50,
Press
but
the Y button for
you're not
accessibility.
really gonna get that like consistently. Right? So performance is a thing for the Steam Deck that I highly dislike. At first I was like, nah, I can play the games just fine. But playing the Switch 2 and the Legion Go, the same games on the Legion Go, they definitely run a lot better. So yes, the Steam Deck 2 needs to have like a boost in performance. Again, I love everything about it besides all the stuff that I just said. So I don't know. If you guys have any tips that could make my experience better, you could tell me. But again, with all the struggles I'm facing with the Steam Deck that I'm listing, it's still my favorite gaming device, including my PlayStation and my Xbox. You know what I mean? Performance is big for me, but it's not that big where I'm gonna give this like a 0 out of 10. Currently standing, I still have the Steam Deck at about an 8 out of 10, which is pretty good. Alright, let's see how this runs. Graphics is also another thing too. I think they could up the resolution. You know what I mean? The games look much crispier on the Legion Go. You know what I mean? Now we're having frame drops in the loading screen. Alright, now guys, I'm getting 39 frames per second right now. And there we have a frame drop. It just went to 13. Oh, I thought that would have went well, you know. Frame drops to kill people. Blood clot. Dang. But for the most part, it's consistently giving me 35 to 45 frames per second. Alright, there we go. Major frame drop. As soon as I spoke. Yeah. Performance on this device could definitely be a lot better. You know what I mean? So yeah. Just to recap, I was saying that I don't like the UI speed, right? You know what I mean? I don't like the performance. Like the performance could be better. A bigger screen would be good. You know what I mean? No RGB lights. You know what I mean? We could get some more stuff like that. Yeah, I don't remember what else I said, guys. But yes, those are some things that I don't like about the Steam Deck. But with all the stuff that I just listed, I still think that this is overall the best handheld device you can get. I haven't started emulating anything on it, but hey, I might just, you know what I mean? All right, comment down below. Anything you can, suggest or any questions you have, just ask away. Still worth $600, you know what I mean? I'm not complaining. Recently just got the JSOX case too. I think it's a wonderful case. You know what I mean? Sleek. You have two ports that, well, not two ports, two slots that you could slide. A stand goes right here, and a strap for a battery pack goes right here. And I have a battery pack, but the one I got is not JSOX. It's quite a bit heavy. And yeah, it's gonna make the Steam Deck a bit heavier, but this case is lovely. You can take it anywhere. No stick drift, no nothing. Alright guys. Any questions again? Down below. Comment, like, share, subscribe. And Shanila, and I'm out.